They can take this to the grave, meaning pick 5. They'll never know where the Badang goes up until the end.
I like Badang being from the side that Onyx Philippines put SRGOG in the position when they should think that, like, okay, is Badang explain or is it Badang going Rome? And there is the variety of the bands. But from the other perspective, you know, they got Akai, SRGOG, I mean, and potentially you can help the opponents to lock down.
I gotta say, this opening trio coming in from Onyx Philippines, if this Badang is going to the Rome, they could really fight at any moment because the Badang can initiate very well. And despite his role, you know, either EXP or Rome, despite building tank, he does a lot of damage.
Especially since SRG's picks, a good majority of them, if we're already seeing the jungle here, are going to be softies.
Yeah. Akai is definitely not the tankiest when it comes to the picks in the jungle. Now the Arlet gets banned out. Onyx Philippines is pretty convinced that this Akai is going over to the jungle, banning out the Gatot. I wonder what else will they ban out. Because so far, I'd say Yums only used the Kalia and the Gatot.
I also think about the Cho, but what do you think about it?
One of his signatures we haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
Yep.
And I don't know who you kick at this point.
No good kicks right now.
You don't want to kick the Badang, you don't want to kick the Frederick, and I don't think you can kick the Jushin.
Especially since we know she's going to be rocking the Purify most likely. There's a Matilda ban. 2 roamers taken out.
Yep.
For Onyx Philippines in the last phase of the draft. They're digging deep, like they're really just choking out Yums here.
And the last decision, Sergio OG. So I think Granger, they should ban it, because then after that they can exchange of the gold. Like, okay, you take the Moscow, we take Bruno, we take.
I'm
something
smelling Harith.
Harith.
Because it's okay against the Farsaf. Farsaf and the Ezra, you open up the Zaman Force and then she's scared out of it, you know?
Yep.
But, you know, they ban out the Ruby, making sure that kind of forcing this Badang to go EXP if they want to match up against the CC.
They want to understand the clear initiation. Like, Badang, okay, but if Onyx Philippines got, for example, Ruby or Arlot plus Badang, you know, there is double opportunity for different kind of initiation.
I'm impressed that neither team actually banned anything in the gold lane. They're really just opening it up for half-man, half-beast to the gold standard. Here's the Granger. We saw it coming, like it was definitely even one of those first pickables in red. Now what does Innocent get here?
Go Bruno again. Is that the option? Just went out super early and then translates to a win?
Yeah, no, you want something that has a early power spike or something that doesn't care. So even the...
I just got one thing. Don't pick Moscow, please. It's just the question.
Stats will tell you yes. Yeah. But also I was going to say Harith. Harith's fine.
Harith is fine. It's kind of good.
I wouldn't Claude here. Okay. There's the old pick for Yums. Yep. Where have you been?
One of the signatures, but again, not a lot of options. Like, he really has to show the mastery here to make it work.
Onyx PH are locking and loading their Purifies. It's going to matter.
And the last pick,
Bruno.
So
Yep, it is that Bruno.
They actually want to win early game. Yep. They want to push their opponents super hard. And the Chu is a good decision.
Yep, that is a mid-game initiative for SRG's rotating kill squad. Onyx PH, they got one more. The jig is up. We know where this Badang is going, and it's in Rome. The Phoveus reveals itself.
We saw in the previous matchup, not good against the CC, but Destroyer, final thoughts.
Just because of the Cho last pick and the good composition that I see from SRGOG, I want to make a prediction that they gonna win. But I also like the Onyx Philippines draft.
I'm all in for Onyx, man. They're the reason why they picked that Phoveus last.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. We're going to the final game of this semifinal series. Brigida and Mirko, good luck for this one.
Thank you so much. We definitely needed that. This has been such an interesting take in the draft. Smart moves, mind games everywhere as they draft for the most crucial game that'll either make them stay or will be the cost of their end, of their journey's end here in MSCF EWC 2025. Welcome to the final game in this series between SRG OG and Onyx PH. Will SRG finally get their revenge? Or will Onyx prove once again why they're the reigning champions of the world? What are your thoughts on the final draft, Mirko?
Oh, that's a tough question. You really put me on the spot. The Fredrin's great. I liked it. I thought there was going to be a setup for the Arlet Red 3, but they instead picked up the Badang, and then we got to see why.
Yep.
They really shut Yums down, forced him to play on the Cho, a hero that we haven't seen him on for a while. Yes, we kind of know him for Cho. He's played Cho before as well. MSC 2024 was Crazy Run, SPS 2. But this tournament, I don't remember seeing any crazy plays for Yums on Cho, so I think that could be, you know, again, an angle that Onyx Philippines took with the Badang pick instead of the Arlet. Then they proceeded to ban Mathilda, and Gatot again taking away his picks.
Everything
that
else
worked for SRG. So it really is about putting Yums into his uncomfortable spot, and also Skies.
Yeah.
Akai.
Because even the panelists mentioned it. If ever the Cho does come out, who do you even want to go for?
Exactly.
In Onyx PH's lineup, you'd have to be very picky about who you decide to use the Way of the Dragon on. And even if you do get to land a kick, you definitely have to have Stormy by your side, because that's where majority of the damage is going to come from. Innocent will have to take a bit more time before he gets to deliver in terms of damage. And that's another thing. You don't see how well coordinated or the idea of the combos between the lineups or the pairings in SRG OG's draft so far is gonna work, but that's a mini skirmish before the turtle fight, so let's see who gets the advantage in this first objective of the game.
Yeah, good poke earlier to Cram. Now Super Prince to be caught in the mid lane. Still able to get level 4 in time. Pops in the Lancer Flare on Yums. Skies has the heavy spin. Kirk has the Vengeance, actually. Dark Wave already used up. Now going to go for the pick, and it will be on Skies. That's going to be the Inferno Pursuit coming down. Still a red tree win for Skies. But their airstrike and the curtain call locking him down as Kirk doesn't survive this battle. Stormy picks up the first blood. Brusco caught in the top spot. Yums walks back up. It's a double! Away to Dragon as he flickers forward. Kelra walking into the fight again. A beautiful taunt as well. Cram thrown back into turret range. Frizz with the Crimson Beacon. Now trying to turn things around. But it will end at a 2-for-2.
So many things didn't land, miscoordination from Onyx PH, and you see the knockups and the interruptions coming in too well for SRG OG. That heavy spin which just prevented everyone else from coming in, and that 2-man knockup coming in from Yums. So essentially, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be all on the Way of the Dragon. It's in the way Yums could just literally destroy and break the tempo for Onyx PH here, because that's what we saw in that particular fight. And even that missed flicker combo from Brusco, that meant a lot, because Stormy was just too free. Stormy's 2-0 on this Sparsa, and that's not going to be too good if you're Onyx PH.
And you can really see, I would say, Kirk struggle a bit in that team fight. Yes, he has the Vengeance. He knows he's going to be pinned down a lot of times, but I think we would expect the Phobius to do a bit more in Turtle 1. He was just completely nailed down to the ground, and SRG didn't really feel the pressure of the Phobius.
It did seem like Kirk and Cram had a battle of their own. Because the way that Brusco actually put the wall down in that turtle fight was kind of like some sort of way to isolate these two guys, but Cram had easier ways to work around these kinds of obstacles. Like Cram can just bounce here and there. You could just say the same for Kirk, but so long as no one gets to really proc, or as long as he doesn't get to proc this passive, then it's gonna be a bit more difficult for him to do that. So Onyx have to be mindful of this upcoming fight, because SRG, they just have so many tools to ensure that they'll get the objective freely for themselves.
And both of them want to fight for this. They both want to go for it. Yums with the Jikundo canceled out. No way to Dragon follow up. There's a curtain call. Will lock King Kong down. Still, Skies baited in. Kirk going in for the pursuit again. As Skies popping in the heavy spin early. Super Prince popping in a Crimson Beacon. Kirk getting the Dark Wave in the back. And now it's going to round 3 battle. Won by Skies somehow. It's a taunt for Yums. Kelra gets the kill. Stormy with the killing spree back again as Brusco goes for the pin down on Skies, but it's Cram to get the kill. Stormy with the flicker forward, trying to go for the stun. Kelra kiting away, and it is a ruthless battle back and forth.
There wasn't even much damage from the Appraiser's Wrath just yet. SRG OG just stood right in front of it, but it's a good thing for Onyx PH that even Kelra was able to join in that fight. He's currently 2-0-1 on the Granger, but you could say the same for Innocent. Innocent has been providing so much more damage than we expected him to, even when he needs to take a bit more time on the Bruno. And that's going to be a problem for Onyx PH, because I feel like even Innocent just through the worldie could save himself a lot of times. And now, oh, that's so aggressive! Look at SRG OG! They're just working around their key members so well.
The key member of this game has been Stormy. The mid lane for Selangor Red Giants OG Esports from the first fight. That feathered airstrike landing on crucial targets, getting the damage done. Even when it's cancelled by Brusco, he's already gotten most of the damage out. Yums, great position. Brusco with a pin down now. Super Fins pops in the Lancer Flare. King Kong tries to go to chain CC him, and Stormy is right there with the taking. Feather airstrike cancelled out instantly by Super Fins. Going for the Crimson Beacon in skies. Pops in heavy spin to go and defend, putting everyone away from Stormy.
That was a lot of damage from this 4-0 on Pharsa. You have to admit it. You saw just how Onyx BH literally scrambled after that. It was already surprising enough to see Super Friends go in with a Crimson Beacon blindly in that bush, where there were several members of SRG OG waiting for him, and that could have been something potentially for them, but at least he was able to walk away, not even using the flicker. But I think that's another conversation too. At least for Super Friends, for Brusco, for Kelra, they do have their flickers. But when Kirk does put himself in a spot where he just decides to full commit and SRG OG is just everywhere, he can't find a way to get out because he doesn't have the flicker. Oh.
Walking up into the heavy spin out. That's Nimi Skies winning the retreat battle. Oh, massive dark wave in front of pursuit to the back line now. As Brusco goes for the fist crack and Super Prince continues to chase on. Innocent still kiting, free hitting, taken down. Super Prince now with the Crimson Beacon, able to kite away. Kelra gets one, but Innocent dishes out so much damage. It's Skies who picks up the kills. It's a double, and that third turtle to Selangor Red Giants OG Esports.
3 consecutive turtles, 3 objectives that SRG OG are just able to easily get their hands on. Emphasis on easily, just because of how useful this heavy spin is. And that's just one of the many things that makes all the objective takes a lot easier for SRG OG. You have Humes also with a potential threat on the setups. And look at how this is, I feel, the second failed attempt from Brusco to find a setup, a counter setup on the Badang. And that's also all aside the fact that Innocent is once again untouched for majority of the team fights that we see happen in this game. So now that we look into that, where is the range gonna come from Onyx BH? Who is gonna deal with Innocent when they need to find a way to deal with him?
Kirk is 0-4-2. He cannot be the guy to walk up, but he is gonna walk up. Hops into Vengeance as well. Innocent just shredding through with the help of Stormy too. Kirk, no movement, gonna be taken down by Cram. And now it's Onyx Philippines on the back foot. Brusco, can he make the play? He actually walks up and gets kicked back all the way to the back over to Stormy. Skies on a killing spree, and Onyx Philippines in shambles.
He wanted to go for something, but how unfortunate is it that you walk straight in front of Yumes? Now that might be another setup. Yumes gets to find the knockup on Kelra. Oh!
Heavy spin, bringing Kelra back all the way, and he does not have flicker. Stormy finds the shutdown, his 5th kill this game. That might send Selangor Red Giants over to a big win. Kirk forced to back away. That was a retreat by King Kong. That means this Lord is free. SRG can get it, and they can snowball their way to the base of Onyx Philippines.
We can't see the value of the Vengeance just yet. Kirk is having such a hard time performing in the EXP lane on this Phoveus. Even with the presence of a Cho, even despite the presence of Bruno, even despite all that, it just feels that Onyx BH can't find the right way to make their lineup work together. So many conditions have to be met. And this is seemingly the complete opposite of what we saw from them in the previous game, where they were just able to make so many things happen all at once. Now it's SRG OG with a 5k gold lead. Kelra at least is very close in terms of gold, actually even a bit ahead against Innocent. But that's only Kelra. That's only if you look at Kelra.
Only Kelra. The rest of them are all far behind, and I think most of the lead is on Cram. You can see the CC matchup against Phoveus again. We already got to see it in the previous game. For Kirk, it was on the CC winning it out, and now Onyx Philippines fall to the strat that got them the win. Again, the CC against Phoveus. It's a different approach, to be fair, right? It's a Phoveus with vengeance. But that makes it a bit weird. You're an all-in hero now. You walk up, and if you don't get a kill, you're dead. Kelra in the back, forced to flicker out. The Lord charges in to the base, and it'll be Skies brought back by the Lantern Flare. Kirk now at half HP. Kelra walking back again. It's going to conceal already. Onyx Philippines holding the base. The base turrets are all intact. But now the question is, for how long can they hold?
That's all Onyx PH has to do right now. Hold on to their base. Defend their base turrets as much as possible. Because SRG OG, they're just so close to once again returning to the grand final stage. If they make it happen in this upcoming siege, another feathered airstrike already committed by Stormy. That's already a lot of damage onto Prince and Kirk.
Skies walks up a bit too aggressively and will get poked down. They have to play it slow. We've seen these kind of moments from Onyx Philippines when it looks like it's impossible to turn the game around. They suddenly click.
Yeah, it's that
and
one
they
moment.
Capitalize on those little mistakes. We saw it from the Spirit match yesterday. At Selangor Red Giants OG Esports, they have studied it. They know how to play discipline. This isn't their first rodeo. Going back again, resetting. We get a look at the damage dealt ranking that is just led by Stormy on this Pharsa. Such a monster. 2 times he's been able to zone Kelra, take him out of the fight before Onyx Philippines can even do anything about it.
Yeah, and we had this entire conversation about Fredrin being the face of utility junglers, but you know what? The way SRG OG are pulling this off, the Akai jungler consistently securing the objective, securing the turtles, and Stormy just feeling like that guy who just enables everyone, or maybe is even the guy everyone tries to play around in the early stages of the game. It just allowed SRG OG to arrive at this point in the game, and they can focus their attention to other members now, definitely on Innocent a bit more, because Innocent 2 is looking to be online. I don't think he's had to use the Purify at all yet in this game. Oh, Skies goes for the pin down.
With a heavy spin already over to King Kong, he's still going to be able to take some shots, but Stormy gets the last one in. Lord not taken yet. Cram still has vengeance. It's a few shots over to him, but with no King Kong. That means Onyx Philippines will have to give this one away. And SRG, again, are getting closer and closer to making it back to where they were just a year ago.
King Kong, that was the first time he died in this game, but that was such bad timing. If you're Onyx PH, SRG OG, as you've mentioned, they've been wanting to get revenge on Onyx PH. After so long, they are yet to win against this team every single time they meet.
Prince.
Oh, but another heavy spin!
Again, Skies walked up with a heavy spin. There's no Lord. They baited out some big resources on Onyx Philippines. And it might be a case of SRG being too quick with it. Those are some really crucial resources to go for the siege. They could have gotten more than one base turret, but now they have to be happy with just one.
Yep. Onyx PH have a lot of time to work on this Lord, on this objective. Oh, but there was an attempt. Feathered airstrike. Yums could have also looked for a setup, but at least got revealed just in time as they used the conceal. So as you've mentioned, Onyx PH clearly still holding on. We're 14 minutes into this game. There's a lot of catching up to do when you look at the other matchups, when you look at the other heroes and players here for Onyx PH, but everything looks good. If you look at Kelra, King Kong just a bit more behind in time, in terms, or if you look at him in comparison to Skies, but at this point we're transitioning into that part of the game where it's just really gonna matter on how you're able to serve as the front, how you're able to use those crucial energy eruptions, set things up for your team. Everything is, it's gonna have to rely on Kelra.
It's all on Kelra. We've seen him pull off masterful comebacks, clutch moments to turn things around against Spirit, against many other teams in the past, against RQ and SBS too, but now against the Red Giants, he's gonna need more than just a miracle, because you're right, Brig. It's just on Kelra. Onyx Philippines usually in a comeback, they have much more damage dealers. Here, they have one. They have one dude.
That's why I took my time. I've been trying to think of where else could the damage come from. who else could they potentially rely on? Because you could expect Super Friends to be another layer of crowd control, another way to set up to find the knockups and certain members of SRG OG, but not unless he does have the Sky Piercer too. We'll have to double check that later on. But it does feel like it's a bit more of a utility that Super Friends is serving right now in terms of Onyx PH's lineup. So how well could they protect Kelra? How well could they play around Kelra?
Lightning Truncheon for Stormy. That's going to help him in, again, those feather airstrikes. If he just finds one on Kelra, it's going to hurt him a lot.
Yep.
There's no respect from Kelra as of this moment towards Magic Defense. He knows, not even Wind of Nature, he knows he's the only guy here to deal damage. He needs to go Glass Cannon. That means he puts himself in a tough spot, but you've got to play with those little margins if you want to win a game like this. 8,000 gold behind against a composition that, by all means, outscale them.
Yeah.
Selangor Red Giants OG Esports are literally en route to making it back-to-back to an MSC Grand Final at the Esports World Cup.
You have to manage the waves. Onyx PH, they have so much to think about at this point in time. There's a wave up top, down bottom. And how do they enter this area? How do they make themselves seen in the Lord Pit?
Ooh.
That's a curtain call already committed by Cram though. So
The wave up top.
that's the thing.
No conceal too. They've already baited it out now. SRG should be able to go and force this out. Super Friends caught in the tough spot. Yums already able to Kundo, and now Kelra makes his way back. Let's see if they can save this game. It's giving the heavy spin stolen away. Skies in the back line still. King Kong going to be kicked by Yums with the way of the dragon. That gives him all the space necessary. Kelra in the back doing damage. It is very low. Kelra still going for it again. Immortality down. Kelra against Yums. Another immortality down. And now it is just Kelra left to defend against 5 members of the Selangor Red Giants OG Esports crew. Kelra with a flicker forward. Innocent dodging away. Selangor Red Giants OG Esports against all odds stop their way to making it back to the MSC and Esports World Cup